Hi, Diane. Hi, Karen. Yes, it's good to be here. If you people were looking for me on Thursday, I'm so sorry. That is the third time I have completely forgotten about Thursday time. So I'm taking that as a sign that I'm going to, I think it's just too much. I'm doing too much. So for right now, I'm going to not have Thursday chats, live chats. I've been on every single day uh, in the morning or afternoon with my, ship with me videos. I've sold something every day except last Sunday and Monday. Starting with Tuesday, I was on every day. Yeah, I had no idea. Thursday, I don't know. I just never even thought of it. And I never thought of it until Bumblebee texted me that she was waiting. And that I didn't see that text till like 5:30. So it was way past the time. So it was too late to come on and even say I'm here or apologize or anything. I said something about it on one of my Ship With Me videos, but hi, Jane. Cindy's here. Ah, yes. Bumblebee's here. Yay. Ah, Bumblebee. You're checking up on me. I'm here. Yes, I don't have any trouble remembering Sundays. It's because I've done it all along at the same time. And it's, a report about me, what I've sold all week. So I've no trouble with this one. I don't know what the Thursday thing was, but I'm not going to do that to myself anymore. I'm just not going to have Thursday lives. For right now, it's just going to be one live video. Sorry. One live video on Sundays, this one. The rest of them will be recorded. Yeah. And to think I won. Yes. Well, I can't say that the money I'm getting is that good. It's better this past week because of that bundle I made on Poshmark. But I'm taking lower prices, keeping up with the economy. But people are buying at these prices. So evidently, things are only worth what they'll sell for. And that's very true. Hi, Riri. Yeah, did I get everybody here? I think so. Now report on my cat, who is right here. I'm afraid I'll roll over her feet. Move your little feet. She sticks with me a lot more than she used to. She knows that something's wrong with her. But I don't think she can. I think she just has partial paresis or partial paralysis of her back. It was just her right back quarters, but I think it's more both now. More on the right. But she's still able to get into the litter box, thank goodness, because that will be a problem if she can't do that. Yeah, so her litter box is up here on this floor in the bathroom, which is working out fine. I put a little bed in that room also, which she lays in once in a while. But most of the time at night, she comes upstairs and sometimes wants up on the bed if the dog isn't up there. Uh, yes, the low prices are better than donating, that's for sure. And I have another thing. You have to think of packing supplies and everything, but I don't have to buy packing supplies. I have enough. I mean, I have always overbought packing things like poly bags and shipping mailers and things. I have a lot of those. So it would be a long time before I'd ever run out of them. So it's not like I have to buy packing supplies. So I'm set. I just found another huge box of eBay bubble mailers. I can't imagine why I bought so many of those. I don't even use them that often. Silver Owl, Jen the Reseller, Becky Park, Restless Thrifter all take lower prices when necessary. Yeah, well, I think it's starting to be necessary more and more now. You mean Susan, hi. You mean the first thing I ever sold on eBay? The first thing I ever sold on eBay was before I was selling clothes, and I sold a collection of silver coins, and I sold them on auction. That was a long time ago. But the first clothes that I thrifted for and sold were baby clothes. I thought it would be fun to buy baby clothes and toddler clothes, but I soon found out that they don't sell very well and you don't get much for them unless you sell them in lots. It took me a long time to realize that, and that's why I switched to, you know, adult clothes, men's and women's. And I don't remember when the first thing I sold of those. It's a long time ago. I don't remember 2 hours ago. Uh, I'm sure you sold enough that all sales from here on out are, well, yeah, that's true. Uh, because actually, things used to be less expensive in Goodwill than they are now. And then I found that wonderful place just at the end when I was buying things at the Fantastic Bins, which is now closed. But I'm not buying new things now anyway, so. Yeah, it's all sort of profit. But I'm showing how the numbers show uh, on, but really, that's true. In reality, it is sort of all profit. I got good news from my tax guy. I don't owe anything this year because he says, because you haven't made anything. Ah. And I don't even have to pay estimated taxes this year. So, yeah. So that was very good news. The estimated taxes doesn't have anything to do with eBay, but it was easy to get started way back then. Yes, it's a little more complicated now. However, they have very good instructions how to eBay. I read the instructions like last year, people were asking, and the instructions how to start on eBay are pretty easy to follow. But when I started, I didn't have a store. There wasn't it wasn't anything to do with promoted listings. That's all been added on. eBay just kept changing and adding things on, which that's what made it complicated. And hardly anybody sells on auction anymore on eBay. It used to be mostly all auction on eBay. So I made a good amount on silver coins when I sold them. Because you're selling to collectors. Yeah. So, and it didn't cost much to ship either. Because I was selling one coin at a time until the very end when all the good ones were gone. But yeah, that was my father-in-law's collection of silver coins. That when my husband, after his parents both died, my husband went down to Florida. I don't know if I was with him that trip or not. He went down to clear out a lot of things in the house. And he found these coins. His parents used to hide things. He find this collection of coins. They were in a huge banker's bag, one of those big canvas bags. It was this huge amount of silver coins, and they were hidden someplace in the house. He also found there was a pipe laying in the closet, just a pipe like about this long. It was stuffed with money. They used to hide things, you know. They grew up in the Depression. Afraid of banks for a while, I guess, evidently. Yeah, I forget what else. Oh, his mother, she saved every one of her Social Security. She'd get them cashed. She'd get her Social Security check cashed. And then she saved the money in Band-Aid boxes when they used to be tin. Yeah, they were all hidden too. See, I don't remember I don't think I was with him that trip when he found all that stuff. He called me about it though. Yeah. Then when my husband died, my sister and I flew down to Florida because we wanted to get the house it wasn't up on sticks. This was on Anna Maria Island. It wasn't up on, sticks like the new ones have to be. It was ground level, made of cement block, like most of the old houses were. And it had never been, it had been flooded one time from a hurricane before I ever went down there, before they had to replace all the floors and things, I guess. I don't know what year that was, but the whole time I knew Jack, it never was flooded. It would come right up to the porch and never went in the house. But I'm sure these last two, it was after I had sold the house. It was these 2 or 3 years ago. Was that when the real bad hurricanes came, like one after another? There was one, and then a few weeks later, there was another one. They were both horrible. and there was sand. It washed sand over the whole island. And we were just across the road from the beach, just across the road from the Gulf. So the house, of course, was still standing, but can you imagine how much it would cost to get that all rehabbed? Anything that you'd have done on Anna Maria Island cost a lot anyway, because they had to come across the bridges to the island, you know. You live in Northeast Florida? Ah, Susan. Yeah, have you ever been to Anna Maria? Ah, Susan's gonna start reselling. Yes. It's been good. It's good. Right now, I think it's good to keep my mind going. Keep me busy, keep my mind busy. So anyway, I got off on a tangent, as I always do there. I have to tell stories when they come to me because my memory is very poor. And something sparks a memory. You have been to Anna Maria. Yes, it is gorgeous. It was even more beautiful when I used to first go, when I first met Jack and we first went down there, because it wasn't so populated. Yeah. All righty. I sold 8 items on eBay and 9 items on Poshmark. It was 6 sales on Poshmark because one was a bundle. So that's what we're working with here. So I'm going to share my screen and show you what I sold. Okay, I always show this graph because here at the end you can see there were 2 0 days right at the beginning of the week, Sunday and Monday. I didn't sell anything. And then the rest of the week I sold. So like today I haven't sold anything yet, but I sold 2 things on Poshmark that you'll see on the Ship With Me video tomorrow. Yeah. So that's the graph. And the first thing is a little pair of Citizens of Humanity. The style is brie. They're distressed shorts, little shorts, cutoffs, and they sold for $17.39. And these are all eBay sales at first here. I'm going to show you the first 8. The first 8 are the eBay sales. So I had a 40% off sale going on my entire store on eBay this week. The next thing is a sleeveless t-shirt. It's not really a t-shirt if it's sleeveless, but it's a NBA jersey shirt, navy with red design, and it's size extra large. And this sold for $8.99. That was the best offer I took. I've had this a long time. I can tell by the white background here. The next thing is this little purse. This is a shoulder purse. Right there. That's how long the strap is. It can be adjusted. It's a leather purse by Margot, M-A-R-G-O-T. And has zipper pockets and also pockets on the other side where you slide things in. And this sold for $22.19. It was in good shape. Had the brand etched down here at the bottom. It took a long time to sell this, so I was surprised. It's a good brand of leather. The next thing is a J. Crew 100% merino wool. I called this a grandpa sweater. It has the 6-button and the V-neck and slouchy pockets. Grandpa core. There's a thing going on there. Yeah, it finally sold for $11.39. That was on the sale price. Next thing is this little Charter Club Intimates nightgown. It's a night shirt. It's extra large. I took a low offer of $8 on this. Had some washwear on it. But just a comfy little night shirt. And that sold on the 19th, which was a Thursday. No, it was a Wednesday, the 19th. Notes here. Okay, the next thing is an Adidas big logo hooded sweatshirt in a 2XL. This is a men's, and it's a really nice sweatshirt. I'm surprised this took as long as it did to sell. Now, I don't know if people even count. It didn't have the cord up here on the hood. I don't know. Does anybody care about that? But this sold for a low price of $13.79, and that was the sale price. This is something I had got at the Fantastic Bins, this universal thread little denim halter top. Tied around the neck and also had little spaghetti straps. This sold for $8.99 in the sale, which is fine because I only paid $1 for this. And then I sold, this is a North Face, the North Face lightweight fleece zip front jacket. This is a men's large. I'm also surprised this didn't sell before it did. This sold on sale, on the sale for $13.79. Boy, the North Face used to go for so much more than that, but no more. This is about what it's going for now. $13.79. It sold on the first day of spring on Saturday. It sold yesterday. And the last eBay sale, I didn't have this on a ship with me because I wanted to it was after I'd done the ship with me and it was on Saturday, so I just packed it up, put it in the bin. This is by Forever 21. It's new with tags. It has sequins all over it. Size large, just a short little cropped little jacket. Sort of double-breasted here. It's pretty, like to wear in the evening. And it sold for $20.99 on the sale. So those are the eBay sales. So let me show you what I sold on Poshmark. The first thing was this white windbreaker by Avenue. Avenue is a plus brand. It was a size 18-20. Had zipper pockets and zipper front, Velcro sleeve, that you could make the sleeves tight if it was raining. It was hooded, did I say that? It sold for $20, and I will net $16. Yes. The next thing is Torrid Harper 3/4 sleeve blouse. This is a large in this teal color. Now this was free to me. Samantha had given me 3 of these, exactly the same shirt in 3 different colors. And this is the last one to sell, this teal colored one. And it sold for $20. I think all of them sold for about that. So yeah, so I'll receive $16 on that. Okay, this starts, oh wait. Okay. Yeah, this starts the bundle. This is a Rachel Roy flowing tiered fairy core I put on there. It's a maxi dress, new with tags, size 0. I was so excited when I found this. I did find this at Goodwill and bought it. I think that was probably Bumblebee that found me the stock photo. He's good at that. And yeah, it was, I had put $42, and that's what they didn't, the person that bought this bundle did not ask for any lower prices. They paid the price that was on it. So $42 for this really pretty dress. Next thing in the bundle was this Lulu's Flirt Alert hot pink mini dress. And it had these ties at the bottom. You could make it shorter or longer, and that would increase the ruching, you know. Yeah, it was a clinging, stretchy little dress. To have a shape like that again. Yeah, that's the stock photo, which I'm sure helped sell. Doesn't look like much on a hanger, but yeah, when you show what it looks like, it's pretty fantastic. This is a size medium, and it sold for $45. The next thing is by Felicity and Coco. I had never heard of that. It was new with tags, though. Stretchy knit, almost like a sweater dress. It was a sheath with this colorful blue and white pattern. It was midi length and sold for $43. These 4, and this is the last one. Those 4 were in the bundle. I'll tell you the prices on the whole bundle in a minute. Okay, this was a vintage 80s red button-up blouse, and it was by La Blouse. It had shoulder pads in it. Yeah, I don't have what it's made out of here. No, but it sold for $33. Okay, everything together amounted to $163. But then I have on my Poshmark, if you buy 3 or more items bundled together, you get a 15% discount on the total. So they got $24.45 taken off of that. So they paid a total of $138.55. And I netted $110.84. So very happy about that bundle that happened for me. The next thing was, I think this was the day it snowed out. I sold a bathing suit. It's a one-piece bathing suit with high legs, thin straps, and it's a size 32. It sold for $13. It was by Sporty, which I had never heard of. $13. I will net $10.05 on that. The next thing is a pair of Banana Republic chino pants. These are women's size 8 regular in the Jackson fit. They had front pockets, and sold for $20, and I'll net $16 on these. And the last thing I sold was this cute little cap sleeve cool blouse. This was silky rayon. It had the cutest pattern of florals and little birds all over. I wanted to keep this. I tried it on. I don't know. I think the neck was, I don't like big open necks. I don't like my neck. That's why. And yeah, so I didn't keep it. But I almost did. I really liked it. It sold for $12 and I will net $9.05. So let's look at the numbers, which are certainly better than last week. So this is from the 21st. No, wrong. Where is it? Here. From the 15th to the 21st. Total sales. This is just eBay. $208.17. Average sale price on those 8 items was it's saying 9 items. Maybe it was 9 items because I snuck in one at the very end, that sequin jacket. So 9 items. Average selling price $23.13. My selling costs were $91.97. That includes your shipping labels, your their fees, everything. I've been going on and knocking off or knocking way down to 2% my promoted listings because some of those had snuck in there at 10% and 12%. So I'm trying to get rid of all those. Anyway, I netted on Poshmark or on eBay, I netted $103.75. So let me get back here to you and I'll show you what the numbers on Poshmark and then the ending numbers. Okay, on Poshmark, now remember it had that nice bundle. I grossed $223.55 more than eBay. I netted $177.94. The average selling price on Poshmark was $24.84, which was more than eBay. So putting the net, both what I actually made $281.69. Now, the last 2 weeks, 1 week was I was in the hole, and the next week it was very low last week. So this is over $200. So yeah, so much better. What do you want, kitty? It's not time for you to eat by a long shot. Yeah. What do I decide to buy? What to buy? For many years, I only bought what I liked. And that's really not the way to do it. You should go on and find out what's selling and then look for those types of things. And there's all kinds of channels to tell you what's selling, and even eBay puts out, numbers about what's selling. And also brands that are trending. Look for what's trending. Hi. Jeff had a great week too. 5 sales and 1 antique piece. Sold for $250. Yay. Good. Maybe it was just a good all around buying week for everybody. People were out buying. Yeah. Well, I hope it keeps up. I hope the spring, then they always talk about the summer slowdown. So let's hope the spring is really, really good. How do I know what prices to put them at? Like I said, in the very beginning, I put on prices what I thought the piece should sell for. Well, that's not the good way to do it. There's a way to go on and find out what that brand, how many are selling off of that brand and what they're selling for. And that's how you should price your items. Uh, yeah, for a long time I was doing it all wrong, and I just learning, on my own. But yeah, there's plenty of places to go to find out watch your better but your sellers on YouTube that tell you what things are going for. And yeah, there's a few sellers out there that people always sort of listen to. Uh, so I can't think of the name of the one that a lot of people watch. Bumblebee. Can you think of Elaine? What's her name? Bumblebee, Elaine somebody. She's a good one to look at. Uh, well, I'm glad to help wherever I can if I remember. That's the trouble I'm having right now. I just have a lot of trouble remembering, and then but it comes in spurts. Sometimes I'll remember a whole lot. But I can tell that I price things way higher. Things that I've had on a long time that I haven't got to adjust prices. They were marked way higher than things are going for now. So I had to learn that it's not what I want it to sell for. It's what it's actually going to, go for. Real, you have to be realistic. And when I started having Kaylee Lane or Eileen. Yes, she's a good one to listen to. There's several of them, but that's the one that a lot of people watch. And she's a good teacher. So that is what I've been doing this week. Like I said, I sold today so far, I've sold 2 Poshmark items, which I will have tomorrow morning on the Ship With Me video when I package them up. And the prices, I've reduced my prices and had huge sales on eBay, but Poshmark, I don't mess with the prices all that much. So I get more on eBay, on Poshmark for things. Now, do send people on Poshmark don't send you low offers as much as on eBay. eBay is known for people sending you low offers. In fact, I didn't take one offer I got this week because it was ridiculous. Kaylee, yeah, Kaylee, Eileen. Do I have to buy a printer, or can you just handwrite you can handwrite the label. But you have to then take it because you won't have a barcode thing there. You have to take it to the post office then. Once you start selling enough, you're not going to want to run to the post office every day. But yeah, if you sell just one a week or to start out, that's how I did it. I hand wrote labels. In fact, I'm not even sure if they were labels. They weren't even stick-on labels. I think I just printed them on a piece of paper off of the computer and taped them on. Yeah, and then I went to the post office the days I sold something. Uh, yeah, so you don't need, for sure. I think the thing that you need is some sort of a scale. You can get a little scale for $20 on Amazon. It's the one everybody uses, and just a little scale. Do you have a scale yet? I'll show you. It's by Accurite. I think the name of it is Accurite. I have two of them. I have one in here and then one out there, so I didn't have to keep running back and forth. They're very inexpensive. Yeah, I think I would get that. A scale, because you have to sort of weigh things and make sure you're in the ballpark. It's easier now because of the Ground Advantage. The Ground Advantage shipping. It was harder. You had to be a little more accurate, I think, and when it was first class. Yeah, prices were sort of all over the place. But with Ground Advantage, you can have anything up to 70 pounds. It can go Ground Advantage. But it goes by weight. So you have to sort of know what it weighs. That's the item plus the shipping material, plus your envelope, and if you wrap it, the whole thing as it's going into the mail. I had a regular printer at one time. I used an HP printer with ink, an inkjet. But the thing I would advise, if you don't just get a label maker, which makes it so easy, it punches out these labels, sticky labels that are exactly the size of a shipping label. And it prints it out on here. These are thermal labels. They don't have ink. They don't smear. And they're done by heat, something built into the paper. And yeah, I have a Jadan, Jadan. I like it a lot. Label printer. But the other thing, if you wanted a bigger one, I have a Brother laser printer. Here. Right there, that big block. It does take a toner, but they last for a long time. I would not suggest getting an inkjet printer. It'll break you for the price of the ink. So either a laser printer, Brother is a good brand, or a little label maker. The thing about the laser printer, I mean, you may have to type out bigger. The label maker only makes that size, these little things. That's all it prints out. Doesn't print out big sheets of paper. I've been reselling clothes for 10 years. Yeah, the coins were before that. Yeah, I slowly increased my inventory. I started out, I didn't get a store till I had, I don't know, close to 500 items. And then there were a lot of advantages of having a store. You could put things on sale. And yeah, but it costs. It all comes out of your money. The store fees, there's different sizes of stores you can have. I have the laser printer. It's working now, Bumblebee. Samantha fixed it. Thank goodness, before I had to send my tax stuff in, because I had to print out some things for my taxes. I didn't want to handwrite them to send it down to my tax guy. So, yeah. So my laser printer is working now, and my little label maker is working. So everything is good at the moment. Yes, that's the trouble, that the inkjet ones just, I had it for lots of years. I can't imagine how much over all those years I paid in ink, because it's expensive. Yes, you can go to the post office. You have to just get that QR code that they send you. When you sell something, you'll get a label that you can print out, or you'll get a QR code. And if you just copy that, it'll be in your mailing, you know. Take that to the post office. The post office will print out your label for free. So if you're going to the post office anyway, when you first start, you might as well do that. And they can print you out a real neat label. Yeah, thanks, Bumblebee. I didn't, that just, yeah, I didn't even think of that. But that's what I had to do when my laser printer stopped working. Then I had no printer because I hadn't bought the label maker yet. And I had to go to the post office every day. Well, that got old really fast. Yeah, yes, you're right. Besides getting started on eBay and taking their, directions, there's a million people tell you on YouTube how to do it step by step. Yeah, you shouldn't have any trouble getting set up. Just do it step by step. Yes, Poshmark is, let me tell you, Poshmark is so much easier. It's so much easier to figure out what you're really getting. eBay is confusing, to say the least. But yeah, just start out with your, like Bumblebee says, with your selling your own stuff around the house, or from your own closet. That's how you start. No, I don't drop off things at the package. If you go on USPS online, you can set up for them to come to your door and pick up your packages every day. They even come to my back deck. You can tell them where to go, which door to go to, and my packages get picked up every single day. I have the same, mail carrier every day. He loves my dog. Sometimes we stand and talk, but yeah, he picks up. I put him in one of these bins that I have my clothes in. I made one of these bins into a mail bin, and I just wrote USPS on the top of it, and they pick up. You can have them pick it when you when you choose to do that, you can choose the days. You don't have to have it every day. You can have it like every Wednesday and every Saturday. You can, however you want to do it. Actually, going on the post office site is more complicated and getting that set up. Uh, but you'll figure it out. Eventually, you can just have them pick it up. But I didn't have mine picked up until I was selling more things. I just went to the post office. It doesn't cost anything to have them picked up. It's free. As long as you don't have it picked up unless you want it picked up at a special time. If you just put on there just whenever the mail is delivered along my road, whenever he comes by and would deliver my mail anyway, he comes to the back. Nothing ever gets put in my little box across the road. Thank goodness. I couldn't get to it in the winter anyway. Very convenient. I have such a nice mail guy now. Even in the winter, he picks up my things, leaves my mail in that bin, and then he pushes that right to the door, so I don't even have to step out on the deck when the weather's bad. It costs $30 there. Not from the USPS. That can't be. $30. That should be a free service. Isn't USPS the same all over? Bumblebee's husband worked for the post office. You live really close to the post office and you're always out and about. Yeah. Oh, Lorraine, I can't believe $30. They have two things. One you have to pay for, and that's if you want it done at a certain time. But if you just say pick it up whenever you come, you're delivering mail, then it's free. Yes, I do a live every Sunday at 4:00 to tell you what I sold all week. I'm closing down my Thursday evening one. It used to be evening, then I changed it to 4:00, and I couldn't get used to it, and I missed 3 of them. So I'm cutting that out. No Thursdays. Yes, it's free. Whoever's paying $30, it has to be, there's something wrong there. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the really advantages of sending it by USPS. Is they'll pick it up. But you can send any of your packages. In fact, I'm not sure if I'm not even going to say that because I don't know for sure. I thought for a while you could put your UPS packages in there too, but I don't know if that's true. I always use USPS. Oh yeah, Bumblebee. Please like and subscribe. I gained a few more subscribers. I think I'm up to 1,988 last time I looked. I'm trying to get to 2,000, which, believe me, isn't much on YouTube. I just can't seem to get going here. You're going to start this week. Okay, good. Give us a report. Yeah, and let us know what you're selling and how much, not how much, but the types of things you're selling and how many you put on so far when you come back. Okay. Oh, USPS to UPS in some spots. Yeah, we have a little UPS place right in town. It's not far at all, but I never do. The only time I've been there was when I used to sell through Amazon. That's a whole other story. I did try to do that one. I sold books like everybody starts off doing. And you took it to UPS. But this thing I sent back, the juicer for my orange juice, I sent back to Amazon and I had to take it to UPS. So I took it to that little store they have. It was very easy to do. So I'm so glad you all came. It's fun when people are actually here and we're having a conversation. Because I'm by myself all the time, all day. That's why I talk so much when somebody's listening. In fact, the girl that lived, or the lady that lived across the street when we first moved here, we met them when the tornado went through here, and it blew down big trees here, took down wires, and they came across to make sure we were all right. And that's when I met her. And we were friends ever since then. That was way back when we first moved in this house. And well, she moved. Her and her husband moved. She's been sorry ever since the day they moved. But yeah, she called me. I called her yesterday and couldn't get a hold of her, and she called me back this morning. And I'm just Miss Talkie because I don't get to talk to people much. She probably was trying to get off the phone, but we just kept bringing up different subjects and talking. She's a dog groomer. She's not as old as me. She's in her 70s. She just had a hip replacement though. So I called to see how she's doing. One of her jobs when she was younger, she was a personal trainer. So I'm sure she's going to do real well with this hip replacement. Yeah. She has a husband that's in a wheelchair that has a lot of problems. Medical problems. It's very hard getting this age. All righty. She sure is. She wants either a treat or she wants to eat, and it's not near time. She doesn't eat till 8 o'clock. It's only 5 here. So I'm sure she wants a treat. She's my diabetic cat that now has a paralysis in her back quarters, partial paralysis. So I'm a nurse again, evidently. No, 64, that's young. Yeah, I was in much better shape as far as walking goes. I was out and about a lot more. But my back and hips are doing me in. All from my back, I think. But you can't tell when I'm sitting here. And believe me, there's some days I'm on here talking that you'll notice my words are just not there. Today I'm having a decent word day. Other days I sound like an idiot. Hope you can say that word. Oh. You met a guy on a walk today, 95. One of my good friends that we rode horses, he didn't get his first horse till he was 80. And he died recently. He was 102. Yeah, what a guy. He had been a professor at Ohio University. Yeah, super smart guy. So I'm going to close and give my kitty, see what she wants. She'll take me probably right to the drawer where the treats are. And yeah, I can't wait till it gets warm and not muddy. And I'm going to I called the landscapers that's up the road from me. It comes out here once in a while. And he came out to see what I want done. And I'm having my whole property cleaned up. He's going to take away all those acorns that I can actually walk in the background, in the backyard. Yeah. It's hard to even walk back there right now. So once I can get all the limbs that have blown and all these high winds taken care of and the acorns taken away, I'll be able to do my walk around the property better. And it's an acre, so if I walk the perimeter a couple times, it gives me some exercise anyway. So I will, oh, believe me, I feel like one lots of times. So I will see you in the next video. They'll be recorded because I will not be on here on Thursdays anymore. But I'll be on to do ship with me's in the morning, or sometimes they don't get edited till the early afternoons, but look for those. They're very short. They're like anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes long. They're very short, just what I sold that day or the day before. I just started walking at a park. It's 1.3 miles, trying to make it around the whole thing. If the 95-year-old can do it, so can I. That's right, Susan. I wish I could do that. I can't walk very far before my back just gives out and my legs don't work. I'll be like the cat. Yeah, let's keep all this selling, keep going. It's much more fun this way. So I will see you on YouTube, and I'll see you live next Sunday. So thanks for joining. Bye-bye.